everyone, welcome back to the channel. I don't know what this is about, but I was getting geared up to turn on the go button, and that old cartoon, hey hey hey, it's Fat Albert, came to mind. Now I don't know what that is. As soon as it came to mind, I thought, well, there's probably going to be a whole lot of people out there in the world who would really take offense to Fat Albert. I've no doubt. And then I thought, well, I've got to tell you about it, right? Because obviously it was meant to be um, given to you, because my intent was to do a read, and that came right out. So maybe you all know somebody named Albert. Maybe you have a passed on loved one named Albert. Maybe you used to call him Fat Albert. Anywho, let's get right on into it and see what the cards have to say. Maybe we should do a read on Fat Albert. Maybe if Fat Albert wants to speak to the cards, he will. Right, let's use some different decks. See if we can get something a little different. Oh. Oh. We've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the Lovers in the upright here. Somebody's focusing on their self-development. They may not have any real motivation or passion to come into a love relationship. What's the challenge, Spirit? We've got the Seven of Wands in the upright. Somebody wants to protect themselves. Maybe they're being challenged by the need to protect themselves. They're being challenged by persevering. Maybe this is somebody who has been in battle, and now they're being presented, or maybe they have been in, maybe they have had misdirected activity within their love relationship. Like maybe there was no passion in their love relationship, no motivation in the love relationship. Maybe they expected it to be perfect, but it's not. They have this issue with everything has to be perfect, and it's just not. And they're challenged because of competition. Like they feel like they have to maintain control in the relationship. They don't. It doesn't look like they want a partnership. They just want like a sexuality kind of a thing, and the power of two together, but not. So in the in the subconscious, there's a sun. The sun's here, and the sun is positivity and pleasure. The sun isn't no passion and no motivation. This person's thinking they want positivity and pleasure. They want a rebirth. They want to move forward into a celebratory mode. They want something that's going to bring warmth to their life. They're tired of these challenging relationships that go nowhere or really achieve nothing. In the recent past, the Hermit reversed. Somebody has removed themselves from a situation. They're not interested in being there. It's lonely. That sounds like a karmic relationship, and somebody's yearning for warmth and vitality, fun and joy. Somebody wants a different kind of relationship. In the intentions, well, that came out fast, is the Two of Wands in the upright. Their intentions is to have union, love, and balance. They're making decisions. They're making travel plans. There could be somebody that they have their eye on. Perhaps somebody who's watching you on social media. They see you there all sunny. And they're like, hey, I want some of that vitality. I'm tired of being in a relationship that's constantly bringing me challenge, constantly bringing me issues that I have to overcome. In the near future, well, it came out like this. So we've got, yeah, somebody's meditating. They're reevaluating their life and their foundation. They're they're disconnected from this, and they're apathetic. They don't care about that anymore. So they're meditating. They're like, I don't want that anymore. The lens they're looking through is the Magician. They want to manifest something. They want to exert their willpower. They want to create something. Perhaps they see you as a potential and viable person that they could create something with. In the environment, it's a tower. They're undergoing a tower, and they spy you as the sun. They're in an unhappy relationship. They see you as this sunny, vital life. You're this lovely life source, darling. Hopes and fears. Got the Queen of Wands. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away. I just can't help it. Somebody's hoping to be with a Queen of Wands who's determined, courageous, competent, and full of joy. They're in the middle of a tower, and they wanna manifest an opportunity to be with the Queen of Wands because she's got all this vitality, and he wants to use it, right, to do his thing. And what is the outcome, Spirit? I'm sorry. So we have an Eight of Cups in the upright. They're disappointed. They're going to have to walk away. From the High Priestess. because she's resting and relaxing, man. She's not interested in any of this. She's waiting for unified love, the real deal. A mutual attraction. I'm sorry. There's a lot of readers out there who don't offer any of their own emotions behind their reads, and I really do respect that a lot. I admire it because I seriously lack that ability on most occasions. So I may not be the reader for you. If you find me irritating, I'm perfectly willing to accept that because I understand that there will be great like and great dislike, and so it's just part of the harmony and balance, right? So please be respectful, for if you are not, I will have to just clear the comment and the page. Or however you do that, I don't even know how you would do that. I just find it fascinating. So yeah, this person is under adjudication. They're in a loveless relationship. There's no motivation. They're uninspired. There's no energy here. There's no vitality. There's nothing to create from. They've got this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. They can't create from it. And they're under adjudication for whatever it is that they've been doing. And they're in a challenge position. They're challenged by they're challenged by maintaining control. Maybe somebody left them. Maybe you're the sun in this love relationship and you left them. Or maybe they're not motivated by this relationship. They're coming under adjudication. Maybe you took yourself somewhere else and they're no longer protected by your presence. They want to regain control and they're not able to regain control. This mature man could have been doing something in a family room. He's challenged by whatever this is. He's thinking of this son. He's a false person. Maybe the son left him. Maybe he was in a third-party situation and you walked out. You took yourself out. You're the son. And you said, okay, fine. I'm out of here. Because there was no passion. It was uninspired. There was no motivation. And you said, okay, I'm gone. Because he was busy hanging out with this person. And so you removed yourself. And they can't manifest anything with this person. And they're cut off. They have no more, they're not connected to your services anymore. They can't access your supply. They can't access your supply anymore. And they're under adjudication for how they treated you, for how them and their flame misused and abused your vitality. for their own benefit. They had control over you and your vitality, and they no longer have that. They're seen as the false person. They're in despair. They're in isolation. They lost their way. The lovers have the gift, and he's not the lover. There's a new contract. Oh wait, that's not here. That was in the previous read. Sorry about that. It'll probably come out. Anyway, the gift belongs to the lovers, and he's not with the lover. He was with the false person, and he was siphoning the vitality off of the union. Like, he could have been married, whether in the physical or in the spirit, but he could have been married to you in the spirit, but never actually honored the relationship in the physical. He could have preferred to be with this nasty person here. So, but he wanted your vitality. So they've been siphoning your vitality, and now they're in adjudication. This morning I woke up with the words, "We don't have access to your services. We no longer have access to your services." And I think that's this person. They've been cut off. They've been cut off. There's a new lover. There's a new, yeah. So you got a new partner coming in with a gift. This could have already happened in spirit. And this person was left out. They were left out in the cold. They lost their way. They gave you up. And they gave you up. They abused you. Misused you. They celebrated a fine life while you suffered, harnessing your vitality. They can't control it anymore. You are protected. Got what he wanted. There's decisions being made, and there's travel plans being made. This person lost their way. They're at a distance. They may want to come forward and try to hook in somehow. I don't think that's going to be possible. I think that the lovers here that are probably meeting up in the spirit with their gift, and they've received their gifts, they're probably making, there's probably plans for them to go somewhere and meet up or something. Oh yeah. These people got a message of concern. They're in denial. They're not getting what they were expecting. The message that they received wasn't what they thought it was going to be regarding this good fortune. They didn't get it. The message they received was, you don't get it. You don't get what you're expecting regarding this great fortune. Huh. Somebody's disconnected. Look at this. We got the privileged lady in a courtship here. And somebody's disconnected. Somebody's disconnected. They're re-evaluating it. He's meditating on it. He's focusing on the foundation and the stability of a situation regarding the privileged lady and a courtship. We got the magician here. Who doesn't get the marriage? There's a tower in the environment. For this community regarding sudden wealth and a mature woman. Hopes. The hope was to become a Queen of Wands. Or the fear was that a Queen of so they wanted to be the Queen of Wands, but they're not going to be able to, they can't be the main female. They can't be the main female. This Queen of Wands is not the main female. They're being disappointed. They're disappointed. They're disappointed in the work that they did. They're disappointed in the work that they did. They have to withdraw. They have to leave behind. They have to walk away from their work. They're disappointed in the work they did. They're not getting what they wanted on the distant horizons. They're getting imprisonment. This one just fell out. They have no self-esteem. They're uninspired. They have no motivation, no passion. They have no self-esteem. They're under adjudication about the marriage. What this person did regarding the marriage, this mature man. They're challenged by what this mature man did in the family room during competition in order to maintain control. They did something. They did something with this false person against this pure soul to try to affect their health, but it didn't work. They weren't able to do that. They weren't able to affect the health of this person. They're under adjudication. They have to surrender. This false person has to surrender. Every time. Every time. The Hermit reverse, they're in isolation, they're lonely, they're withdrawn, they lost their way, they're under judgment. They're under judgment for what they did against these lovers and the gift that they have coming to them. They're under judgment of what they did to their own spouse. They have very low self-esteem, and they really did a lot of damage to this child of the sun, this beautiful, passionate being that they were siphoning the vitality of. And they can't anymore. They can't access those services. They can't access those gifts. It's in the courthouse. Adjudication. Judgment has been called. They can no longer access these gifts. They were making travel plans to come forward and try to get this great fortune that's coming to these lovers, this gift. But they got a message of concern, and they're not happy with that message of concern. They're not getting what they were expecting if they don't get the gift. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. But it came out in reverse. So they're not acknowledging their fear. They don't have any awareness of what they're even doing. There's nothing to deny because they don't know any better. They have no self-esteem. They haven't developed themselves. They've spent their life in misdirected activity. They have no idea how to live an inspired life. There's nothing to deny. They have nothing to balance this out with. Somebody's meditating on a courtship about a privileged lady. Could be this lovers from from the recent past. Maybe there's somebody in meditation regarding a courtship with a privileged lady. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers, and it came out in the reverse. Like they're meditating. They want to know, should this be what I'm doing? They're trying to get answers. They're like, look, I'm not doing tarot. I'm not doing Ouija boards. I'm meditating. I'm asking you, my higher self, my higher power, God Almighty, please, is this what I need to do? They're trying to have their doubt cleared by meditating on it, by disconnecting from the noise and meditating on it. There is, though, now I don't know if this person is this magician. This person could be the lovers from the recent past. That could be somebody you've met in the spirit, somebody that in the 3D is actually considering what they should do. They could be having some doubt that they are trying to get clarity on. This person who was from the past cycle, the previous cycle, the last cycle that just ended. They're a magician and they were trying to manifest a recreation of this marriage so that they could continue siphoning the vitality, the life force, and then having a heyday with this false person. But they didn't get the marriage. As a matter of fact, that whole shebang is at an end. That's completely over. There's a tower here for a community regarding sudden wealth and the mature woman. They're seeking forgiveness. Queen of Wands is not the main female. There's going to be a change. There's disappointment over the work that they did. They have to walk away. It didn't work. It wasn't successful. They're not getting a wish fulfillment on the distant horizons. There's a high priestess here. And she's got high morals. She doesn't play these games. Yeah. Trust. Trust is here on the outgoing energy. So they're disappointed and they have to withdraw. They're looking to escape what they did, the work that they did. Escapism. They want to escape the work they did. The work that they trusted. They trusted what they did. They thought they were doing everything correctly. They thought for sure they had it in the bag. They thought for sure they knew what they were here to do. But you know, you may know, or you will know, you're a being of love. You release all negative energy. You transmute negative energy. You formulate peace within your environment, within yourself. You understand that friends are in your life for a reason, and they're not here just to be used and tossed away, whenever they're no longer useful. You're honest. You're an honest person. And you know that you can't expect honesty from everyone, but you can expect it from yourself. You're in balance. You're committed to seeing the good things in all things. You're a being of love. And you're coming into abundance. You're a limitless being. You can't change the past. You've been patient. You've been a person of empathy. You've grown. You've expanded, both in your mind, in the creative potentialities of your mind, through everything that you have learned in this last cycle, all of the experiences, the pain, the suffering, everything you had to do to manage yourself to get through it. Those special techniques that nobody told you about, that you couldn't read about, that you just trialed and error and found out about, these things, these wisdoms gave you your freedom. And now you get to share that with others. And this gives somebody a lot of grief. I really feel that all of us were born into this realm with a specific purpose and intention, right? A mission, if you will. And it was completely eliminated from our awareness. many of us who weren't in the upper realms of a hierarchy with status and privilege, we didn't get certain gifts because they were taken from us, right? We worked for them, we earned them through the hardships that we persevered through, but they took them from us, and now they're under adjudication for that. This is wild, man. Yeah, because not only were they taking your wealth, they were taking it from your alliances. What your alliances were providing for you, they were taking also. Not only what you were earning. So you weren't the only target. Everyone on your list was a target. They have no self-esteem. They're under adjudication. They weren't able to cause a failure of health for the sun being in this union. They might be challenged. They might be challenged by an accident. They might be challenged by an accident which harms their health. They have to surrender their need to control this sun. They failed to adhere to the schedule. Or they're taken off the schedule. They're removed from the schedule. Management, you know how sometimes when you work retail, they have the schedule, the calendar up, right? And everybody, you don't find out what days of the week you're working until like Friday or Saturday or whatever. And you're like, hey man, what time do I have to be to work on Monday? And you find out you got to get up at 3. One reason why I chose not to get into that field. So yeah, they were trying to separate the lovers and from their gift, or the lovers and their gift. They were trying to separate the lovers from their gift. And in the process, they're under judgment. In the process, they separated them own selves. They lost their way. There's a separation here. The judgment is that they no longer can access the vitality of this sunbeam. And that's the message I woke up with. They no longer have access to your services. They can't tap into you anymore. The contract is over. They're under judgment. They've been found guilty. They cannot, and that's the message. They didn't want that message. They don't like that message. But what they were expecting, they're not getting. They don't get this great fortune. They have no awareness. They're refusing to acknowledge it. They won't acknowledge it. They've been wearing masks for so long. They didn't get the marriage. They didn't get the marriage. They don't get the union. They don't get the alignment. They're not in alignment with this great fortune. They're not in alignment with this lover. They're not in alignment with the gift. You have to embody a certain energy. You have to do the work. You have to put yourself in alignment with it. That's how the Most High has organized it. So these ones don't get the marriage. Their masks didn't work. And they're in a nightmare now because of the curse they did. So there's this person here who's meditating and contemplating, um, evaluating the idea of a courtship with a privileged lady who loves herself. She's this sunny figure. He could have met her already in the spirit and is aware of her gift. He may have a gift also. These ones that did the curse and they're in a nightmare, this magician, they weren't able to get the marriage. Yeah, see, marriage came out upside down up here, and it's upside down here. And whatever marriage they had with this person, it's over. They cannot tap into the vitality of this person anymore. It's over. This magician can't tap into the vitality anymore. There's a new person here who's thinking about it. I think it's a new person. Or, well, we'll just leave it at that for now. There's a tower happening for this community over this sudden wealth, and a mature woman, they're seeking forgiveness. They fell into their own trap. Everybody thinks they're great until they mess around with the greatest. Fuck that, man. I don't know why anybody would want to do that to themselves, man. I just don't understand why anybody would want to do that to themselves, but hey. They can't even protest it. They can't protest it. The Queen of Wands, who is determined and joyful, great, and all that, she's not the main female. And there will be a change and she can't protest it. They're disappointed in the work that they did, the work that they trusted. Wow. You're over here relaxed. They were trying to cause you a mental disturbance. They were doing work. They're disappointed in the work that they were doing. They trusted it. They trusted it. They've always done it, and it's always worked. They were trying to bring you a mental disturbance. But it was stopped. Maybe your guides, the angels, the Most High, whoever, stopped it. And you're just sitting here relaxed, having sweet dreams. They're like, enough is enough. Stop effing around. Fafangu. On you. I don't even know what that means. I heard it somewhere. I think it might be a bad word. Sorry. So, what they were doing, they thought that they were going to come into the purpose of this privileged lady and her upcoming union. They really thought that they were going to take her place and steal her vitality. They thought that they were going to get a union with her and that they were going to drain her of her vitality again, cause her bad health and put her in accidents and steal her divine inheritance, her gifts. They were in an illusion. They were daydreaming. They were fantasizing about it. It's like they were living this on a daily basis in their mind. But you persevered through everything that they threw at you. You made a vow. You're very spiritual. You're very connected to Source. You think highly of your spiritual family, and you could be very well highly thought of also. You're coming into this union. You're being given a gift. The gift is here twice. This has these ones stressed out. They're so stressed out. You're getting a new job. You're going to be multitasking. And you're going to reach your goals. You know why? Because you overcame the challenges. Because you have developed within you that which is necessary to manage the reward in a proper fashion. You'll remain connected to Source. There's evidence over what these ones did to try to steal your life of extravagance. They want to apologize now. They were looking into your fate. They were doing fortune telling on you, and now they're in fright for what they did in a ritual against you. They're going to have to live and learn. It was all in their imagination that they were going to be able to steal your relationship, man, and they're furious. They're furious to find out the truth. All that shit is backfiring on them. All those curses, they're in a nightmare. Their masks are falling off. They couldn't get into the marriage. They were seen for who they were. This nightmare, this curse, it's on them. It's on them. It's on them right here. It's on them. And it's on them here. And it's on them here. It backfired. It backfired. The work backfired. It was stopped. It was stopped. You're relaxing. I want to know more about this. This here in the near future about this courtship with this privileged lady who's all about self-love and stuff. It's snowing outside, guys. It's beautiful. You gained a victory over this younger man. You gained a victory over this man. They were under adjudication, and you gained a victory. Their health could be suffering. They may have had an accident. They're challenged because you have a secret admirer. And they're challenged because the doors are opening for you. You've got new opportunities coming up. You may not even believe it. You may be looking at this thinking, yeah, right. You lived a life where, like, your lineage, your mother's motto was to survive as best you can, right? I mean, that's the goal in life. The purpose of life is to survive. I asked my mother that once, and that was her response. Her goal and purpose in life was to survive. She didn't even hesitate. That's sad. She was hardwired for survival. Completely embedded in the lower chakras. Absolutely unable to even consider even the smallest conversation about how she really felt. In all the years I knew her, it saddened me, I could never really know her. She wouldn't go there. So it's time for you to go out and have some fun, son. All is well. These false people have to surrender. They ran out of time. It's time to act. And there may be dealings or a relationship with a younger woman. Hidden secrets can harm you. The skulls are coming out of the closet, man. The masks are coming off. Someone's going out of your life, or it's the end of a situation. Their curse backfired. They're in a nightmare. They're suffering. Their expectation didn't work out. They didn't get this great fortune. But romance and celebration and party is here. The rise of some and the fall of others, right? It's what happens. And it may have come slowly, but it's here. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Romance, celebration, and parties are here. You've got a great fortune. They were not able to take it. There's this privileged lady here, and she's full of self-love, and there's this masculine meditating, trying to quell his doubt. He's trying to find answers. He's praying. He wants to know if this is the one for him. Guaranteed success. Okay, so the magician does not get the marriage, and it's the end of that. Or their marriage is over. But there's like, that would be like, the only thing you need to know if their marriage is over is like this, okay? But this to me says the magician, because the magician is here, wasn't able to stop the marriage or wasn't able to gain the marriage And he could be experiencing a death. Casket is up here at the top. Man, we got adjudication, judgment, casket, and death here regarding this person who's been doing something risky and taking chances. There's always the daredevil, right? Well, I don't even know where that phrase came from, but when you think about it, it like makes perfect sense. Some people really get off on the thrill of danger. And then successfully overcoming that. Usually in these instances, it's by having somebody else pay the debt, right? But and then you've got the folks who just want to slow and steady wins the race, right? Who apparently won the race. They're climbing. So they're climbing towards success. So these ones, these ones are, we've got a tower for this whole community for what they did regarding this sudden wealth with this mature woman. They're asking for forgiveness. They fell in their own trap. They fell in their own trap. Climbing towards success. They were not able to take your sudden wealth. They fell into their own trap and they're experiencing a tower. And you, my dear, are on the ladder to success. This Queen of Wands is not the main female. She can't even protest it. There is nothing they can do about this change. Temporary problems came out in the reverse. These are not temporary problems. This is the way it is. Something they did in December. They're disappointed, man. They're mentally disturbed. The work that they did backfired. They trusted it. It's worked many times before, but it was stopped and it backfired on them. And you're experiencing relaxation and sweet dreams. They're in their own nightmare. They fell in their own trap. There's tower. The tower came out, but it came out in the reverse. It's a solid foundation, success with effort. So they no longer have a solid foundation. They never did have a solid foundation. They didn't build it. Their foundation was built on stolen work, and you can't manage something that you don't have the capacity to generate. All you can do is enjoy it for a while until it dissipates, and then it's gone, right? And you have to have somebody else manufacture it for you again because you don't have the capacity to do so yourself. That's what's happening. Their foundation was not solid. It was faulty and it's crumbling. Their wish will not be granted. Whatever their wishes were, whatever these wishes that they have been enjoying, these weird positions of power and authority and these weird privileges to pilfer the vitality off of pure souls, you know? You are in relaxation. You're having sweet dreams. This table card came out. I'm holding it just like that. It came out in the reverse. There is no hard work ahead for you. Okay, you've been working hard. You've worked your tail off. You've worked your whole freaking life off and not received any rewards for it, or very, very meager reward. These tables are flipping. These curses and nightmares are going back on the ones that had dressed you, up in the essence that they thought you were worthy of. And now they're finding out that the Most High happens to disagree with that. I don't think they thought that, to be quite honest, they didn't believe in the Most High. I was praying one night and I heard, everything got quiet. And there was one that was talking. And his mother or whoever said, she's praying. And he goes, I don't care, she's praying. And I'm like, whoa, did you hear that, Heavenly Father? They don't believe in the power of prayer. And it looks to me like Heavenly Father is like, oh, really? I'm pretty sure that perceptions are being shifted in a very dramatic and swift way at this time. And I think it's really wonderful that this person here in the near future is actually meditating. He's taking time to step out, to meditate, to get in touch with the inner and the connect, right? And he's not just doing the cards and targeting. He's actually connecting, and he's asking the question. He's asking the questions. So doubt is here. I release the need to know all the answers, but it came out in the reverse. He's seeking answers about this privileged lady, this courtship. He wants to know about this woman who is full of self-love, who is self-healing, who is this son. And he wants to know if she's the one for him. He's asking about this courtship. He's praying about it, and he's getting his answers. And I think that's really beautiful. And I'm really happy for you that there is somebody who sees you as this beautiful being, and they're actually connecting with Source in the proper way to find out about you. And that those who are using their magic to try to gain the same thing, they're meeting this. It's working. It's like, it's so beautiful the way that it's just like right there. I really hope this helps you. I really hope that maybe this eases your mind or fills your heart with love or something, to know that divine justice, it exists. And even though a lot of things happen for a long time, now you got to remember, okay, according to the perception of the collective field, one day in in heaven can be like 100 years or 1,000 years or whatever. So what seems like it's taking forever, and these villainous people are doing all this for so long, and we're suffering, God, oh how, right? I mean, he's like, children, I've only been away for 3 days, right? And so I think that if we remember the time difference, it might help us with our frustrations about the prayers going unanswered. So anyway, practice patience. With patience, you can get through so much. With patience, you can learn how to breathe properly. With patience, you can sit and observe as nasty ass energy leaves your body just by breathing and drinking your water. You don't have to do a damn thing. Just let it be in your awareness. As you drink your water and move it on through, right? I like to think of it when I get that heavy energy and I drink my water. I like to think of the water going in and merging with the energy and then pushing it out of my pores, right? With like sweat and whatnot. That's a cool visual. I like. Water is a fascinating thing. Plus, it grabs onto that energy and it's like, you think about these minerals like fulvic acid and stuff and zeolite, which gets in it, and it's got this beautiful cage-like structure which wraps um, heavy metals and other pollutants within the body, and then it wraps it up, cages it up, and then pushes it right out the detox system, the urine and the feces and whatnot. So anyway, water does, I like to think of that as the same thing. The water gets in there and it wraps the energy, right? That fluid, like you've got the energy, so you drink the water and the energy is in your body. So you fill your body with this water and the water gets in there and then the energy goes into the water and then you piss the water out or sweat it out or whatever. That's why when you have this really nasty energy and you're shaking on the inside and you've got anxiety, first thing you should be doing is pouring water in you until you got pee flowing out of you like it's not going to end. Don't complain about it. Do it all day long if it's that bad. It works. It's simple. Why do you think they tried to take your water rights away? I love you. I wish you healing. I wish you bounty. And I wish you blessings. I wish you exactly what you deserve. Let's just say that. And should it be something like the receival of your own curses, I wish you strength because it will require it. And I wish for you a healed connection with Source so that you can persevere through it. And I'll see you on the other side.